Hi guys, Angry Monkey here, playing some more Doki Doki Literature Club. And we had a really depressing episode last time with Sayori admitting her depression. We leave her house, and we are about to meet up with Yuri, who's going to help us, or us help her with... Was it banners? I forget what our role was going to be. Yuri.
Thank goodness.
You're a little early. I'm sorry, I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting a long time?
No, I just got here. Then I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell.
You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home.
I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason.
Should come to common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you.
That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well?
Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, so that's what our room looks like. This is the first time we've actually seen what our own room looks like. Okay, it takes Yuri to my room. First thing she does, glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious.
It's so clean.
I cleaned it before you came over, so that's very considerate of you to do. No, I would have been really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here.
Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean.
But that would have been even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. Okay, she's opening one of my desk drawers.
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out.
It's fine, it's fine. I let go of her wrist. Both hands firmly into her lap as if to make sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started?
Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements.
Atmospheric enhancements?
You know. Mood lighting, aromatherapy candles.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned taking it that far.
Of course. I wanted to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity, and for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more.
That's great. It's easy to forget you're a pretty intense person.
Intense?
I guess that's the best way to put it.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually.
Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy.
Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little.
Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Let's see.
Rummages through her bag, pulls out a few candles in a wooden cylinder-shaped object.
I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to come over to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you?
Yeah, that'd be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though?
All this is a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy?
Not familiar at all.
Is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, and reflection. It's almost like magic.
Takes a cylinder and pushes a switch on the button. Then vapor begins to... Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for?
Love. Jasmine essential oil. Smells a little sweet and flowery, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. It enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. Feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems?
It does sound suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this. I'll trust your opinion with anything. Okay. Then what are those for?
Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get?
Yeah, I have it over here.
We won't be using that paper for folding origami.
Folding or whatever. Weird mouth things.
What I'd like to do is a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them.
Oh, yeah? What will these be used for?
Oh, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside.
That's really creative. I had no idea you're so good at this, Yuri.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it.
More relaxed. Is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys.
Here's a marker, Ichitoku. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons.
Alright. Can I draw a mustache? That's one of the things I like to do. If somebody gives me a marker, I'm tempted to just kind of doodle a mustache on somebody. I mean, not like on an actual person, but... Okay, so sitting on the floor together, two of us get to work, carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length, then she reaches to her bag, pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. Silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. Blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy.
Well...
Looks away. What is it?
You're gonna think it's weird.
Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know.
If you promise you won't be weirded out.
Yeah, I promise.
Alright. Thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this.
I personally don't think that's weird, Yuri. Me in real life, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 swords. Plus a kunai and throwing cards. And one of those swords I mentioned is actually an African tribal axe. And one of the other ones, kind of a machete that splits in half, so it's like a dual-bladed machete. And yeah, so no judgment from the real me, Yuri. No, I'm not laughing at all. Oh, okay. No, I'm not laughing at you. Okay. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's, well, an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you.
Suits me?
Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that.
It is, isn't it?
Fun fact, talking about knives. Alice Cooper is in the Knife Throwing Hall of Fame because that's one of the things that he does before concerts is throw knives backstage at a target, and he got really good at it. And there's apparently a Knife Throwing Hall of Fame. So I thought that was a really cool knife fun fact for you guys.
Would you like to hold it?
Sure, I'll check it out. Hands me the knife with the handle facing me. Take it, turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious if it's sharpness. I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow!
Ichitoku.
Idiot.
Why would you do that, you stupid idiot?
I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all.
It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp.
No duh.
It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no.
Okay, blood. Stares at it, noticeably fidgets.
If you're
if you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound? Ugh, her tongue curl around my finger? Instinctively pull my hand back.
Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. It's so weird.
Yuri,
that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How can I do something like that? I'm sorry.
Sure, it was a little weird and took me by surprise, but I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. She doesn't recover from this the rest of the afternoon. Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing, but I'll do it anyway. Take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger and return.
Ichitoku. This is so weird! Did you just really do that?
Now we're even. This is so weird. I knew that'd be a bad idea. Okay, if it wasn't for the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now.
You're so weird, Ichitoku.
I'll let her have that one. Yeah, don't respond, Ichitoku. Just let it slide.
Where do you keep your bandages?
I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding.
I see. That's relieving.
For some reason, I'm just getting flashbacks to 2017. It was a place where I used to work. We worked in a print shop. And I was stupid enough to not move my finger away from the clamp of the cutter. Now, this isn't the blade. It's just the clamp that holds the paper in place as the cutter cuts the paper. But my right index finger was not fully clear from the clamp. And I also decided to stomp on the pedal that drops the clamp. So instead of just a light, it was like a boom right on my index finger. And then I look, and this whole thing happens in a matter of not even a second. And I look like, oh, that kind of hurt. And I look, and I'm just seeing a bunch of blood on my finger. I'm like, okay, did I actually just cut my finger off, or what just happened here? And I look over, and there's about a centimeter or whatever, I don't know, a huge chunk of fingernail that's on the cutter. Apparently, I cut my fingernail in half and off. And I'm like, oh, that's quite painful. Blood's running down my fingers and everything. Future me, post the censored version, the bandage finger. Don't worry, this isn't bloody or anything. It's actually kind of funny. So I walk up to a couple coworkers. I'm like, hey guys, check this out. And blood's just running down my arm. And they're like, ew. And I'm like, actually, yeah, that's pretty bad. So I had to get that all cleaned up and everything. So then my team lead at that time, who's missing a finger, missing part of his left index finger, comes in. He's like, hey buddy, are you okay? I heard what happened. I said, yeah, it stings. And he's like, yeah buddy, I've been there. I'm like, yes you have. Yours is a little bit worse, but yes you have. So anyway, I get my finger all bandaged up with the picture that you just saw. Put a little frowny face on there, as you see. But I'm like, hey look, I drew a frowny face. I'm talking to the HR lady who's having me fill out an accident report. And she's like, yeah, that's nice, fill that out. And I'm like, no, don't you see the humor? I put a frowny face on my finger because I hurt, and my finger's sad now. And she's like, okay, just fill this out. Yeah. So then I'm going around showing my entry the next day. I'm like, hey guys, check this out. And they're like, what'd you do? So I explain what happened, and they just start laughing at me. I show them the picture of my injury, and they're like, nah, it's not that bad. And they're making fun of me and everything. It still hurt. It hurt a lot. I mean, that was one of the most painful things I've ever had happen to me. Was losing my fingernail. It did grow back. You can't even tell that I lost it. I mean, for a while, there was kind of a small indent, which I kind of wish that stayed there, like a scar, because I thought it'd be kind of cool to be like, yeah, I lost that much of my fingernail, but it just kind of kept growing out, and eventually the little indentation of where I lost my fingernail was gone, but oh well. So that's my finger injury story. Okay, let's get back to this. Watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all side by side. Looked better than I expected, and will be very effective as a door curtain. Looks great. Good thing I'm coming up with this, Yuri.
Oh, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind?
I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the print tablets.
Ah, that's right. One of the things that Yuri asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets.
We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for me?
Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute.
Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups up too much, it'll be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, small plastic bathroom cups rather than the full-size glasses. Put them on a plate. Okay, Yuri? Yes?
Oh, she's smiling. It's cute when she's actually smiling, yeah. Oh, nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything?
No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint.
Okay.
So, I thought we would do something simple that would look really nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the border, starting with the colors for sunrise and daytime and sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom.
Ah, neat. What are you going to write?
Well, it will be more fun to surprise you.
Okay, if you say so. Uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. Kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors makes it feel like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing.
I'm sorry if this feels too childish.
No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way, too.
Stops painting for a moment, think to herself.
For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy.
Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like animes and games where simply the excitement of sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I'm the same way. Like, just get a friend or two over, like, hey guys, let's watch this show. And, yeah, okay. And we watch it, and we laugh together or comment, like, okay, I think this is what's going to happen. And I'm like, yeah, could be. I don't know. And it's kind of fun to predict on where the story's going to go, or if it's a show I've seen and they haven't seen. And it's fun to see their conclusions and, like, if they're... I haven't done that in a couple months now. I don't know when this episode's going to upload, but we're towards the end of April of 2020, Corona, pandemic, and I haven't really hung out with... Yeah, I haven't really done any of that with friends in a while. Just, obviously, nobody's available because nobody wants to risk getting sick or whatever. Yeah, I miss doing that. I think I feel the same way.
I knew you'd understand.
Leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush. Move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers.
Kaya!
Sorry. Are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I shouldn't have asked you to get it for me.
It's not your fault. Oh, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck.
There's something on my face.
Yeah, I actually got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I return to my room, kneel down in front of her. Okay, pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is there something wrong?
It's hot. I just didn't expect it.
Sorry, I didn't want to use cold water. Haven't finished. Oh, okay. Holds my wrist.
Wait. Huh? Just for a little longer. Feels really nice.
Okay. Intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. Breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Gentle fingers wraps around my wrist, sends a tingling sensation through my arm. Suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Pulls away.
Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out.
It's fine. Okay, that was that was something. Her movement seemed clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. Hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. Finish filing the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Look at the banner as a whole. It looks very natural, very pretty and natural looking.
I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results.
Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now?
Not yet. It needs to dry first.
That's true, but won't that take a while?
Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here than have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts.
Is
that okay?
That's totally fine.
Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here.
Ugh.
You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit?
No, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done.
I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I needed to start making dinner soon.
So you don't have any time left. Secretly hoping that we can have an extra time after finishing the work.
Well,
thinks to herself.
I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well.
It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker.
No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right?
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything.
Okay, gathers all her things, seems a little downcast. Understand why. It's not like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment, but that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once she packs up, she heads out the front door.
Thank you for having me today.
No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow.
I will. Well then.
Fidgets.
I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over or we can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like to go out that much. As I stumble over my words, she smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so...
You're very thoughtful, Ichitoku.
Takes a step closer to me, briefly squeezes my hand.
I kind of like that about you.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to as Yuri suddenly pulls back.
Sayori?
Oh, that's awkward. Let's stop it there. Cliffhanger. Hi, Sayori. We'll see what's going to happen with this interaction in the next episode. This is going to get so uncomfortable. I just have that feeling. So if you guys are looking forward to that, come back in the next episode. And goodbye.